We often read and hear slogans like, "No fear," or "Swallow your fear," or "Fear is the mind killer," and so on. So, do we just totally reject and ignore fear?
Is that what it means? Is fear a negative word? Or is there something positive out of fear?
Many people avoid or deny fear, feeling they would be much better off if it never existed. As a matter of fact, we would all be much worse off if fear did not exist. Without fear, we could not function. It is critical to our existence.
Fear, as it turns out, is a fundamental part of making decisions.
I agree. Just imagine having no fear at all. That you don't even think before doing or deciding on something. You have no precautions or inhibitions whatsoever. That's dangerous.
So, it is very important to have a certain level or a healthy dose of fear to keep us on our toes, to keep us thinking, to keep us safe, to keep us calculate our actions and decisions, and not get reckless.
And it reminds us that we are just humans. It keeps us grounded. So, there should be a good level of balance between being fearful and being fearless.
But in the spiritual realm, it's a totally different ball game. Against our greatest adversary, the devil, with his schemes and attacks, God is encouraging us not to have even a tiny amount of fear, but a whole lot of faith. But you might say, what about Revelation 14 verse 7 and some other related verses that say, fear God?
So, we should fear God, but not Satan? Fear is a twofold word. It refers to an emotion marked by dread and anxious concern. But it also means awe and wonder and profound reverence. When we fear God, we don't cringe before Him like a prisoner robbed of freedom by a ruthless dictator. It is a reverence that comes from seeing the majesty and holiness and power of a loving Heavenly Father. There is no shame in being afraid. We're all afraid from time to time. But there's an interesting paradox here, in that if we truly fear, reverence God, we really have nothing to be afraid of.
God's people need not fear the enemy or his schemes, evil people, or uncertain days, because we trust in God, who is in complete control.
God doesn't rule by fear, but by love. Satan, on the other hand, uses fear to rule. God never forces the will or the conscience, but Satan's constant resort to gain control of those whom he cannot otherwise seduce is compulsion by cruelty. Through fear or force, he endeavors to rule the conscience and to secure homage to himself.
But friends, do not fear, because we have nothing to fear. God is in complete control. The deceptions of Satan are manifold, but the Lord will be our helper if we seek Him earnestly.
Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So fear is not totally a bad thing, nor a weakness, because it makes us come to Jesus, the source of strength. And the moment we come to Jesus, we become strong and fearless. 2 Corinthians 12:10 says, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in needs, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong."
With Jesus, be fearless, not fearful.
This is Delfred,
And this is Zion Amber.
reminding you to take the Bible as your weapon of choice and keep the faith.
And if God is with us, who can be against us? This is Take the Talk.